You won't believe what happened just a few weeks after we moved in. If someone had told me then how our lives were about to change, I would have never believed them. But to understand the miracle, you really need to know where we started. So please, get comfortable, and if this story touches your heart even half as much as it changed my life, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps more than you know to share these messages of hope. My name is David, and for the last 8 years, my entire world has been my daughter, Chloe. She's 10 now, all bright eyes and a curiosity that somehow never dims, even when life got really, really hard. After my wife, Sarah, lost her battle with cancer, the army I'd served in for a decade felt like a distant memory. I traded my uniform for a janitor's at the local high school. The pay was barely enough, the work was lonely, but the schedule meant I could always be there for Chloe, to make her breakfast, to pick her up from school, to tuck her in at night. We lived in a tiny, drafty apartment, and my biggest dream was to give her a real home. A yard. A place to call our own. That's when I saw the listing for the old, army home. It wasn't a technical term, just what the locals called it. A small, weary-looking house built just after World War II, with a sagging porch and a lawn more weeds than grass. But it was within my impossible budget. Using every penny of my savings and a VA loan that just barely stretched, I bought it. Chloe was ecstatic. A castle, Daddy, she'd declared, running through the empty, dusty rooms. The first few weeks were a blur of sweat and hope. I'd come home from mopping floors and scrubbing toilets, only to pick up a sledgehammer or a paintbrush. Chloe was my little foreman, handing me tools and drawing up plans for her new room. We were happy in that simple, exhausting way. But underneath it all, the fear was a constant, cold companion. The roof was worse than I thought. The wiring was ancient. The money was running out faster than I could earn it. I'd lie awake at night, staring at the water-stained ceiling, wondering if I'd made a terrible mistake, if I'd failed her after all. Then, on a rainy Tuesday afternoon 3 weeks after we moved in, it happened. I was up on a rickety ladder, trying to clear a clogged gutter in a downpour, when I saw them. A dark sedan pulled up to the curb, and 3 women in crisp Air Force uniforms stepped out. They moved with a purposeful grace, holding folders and dodging puddles as they marched up my soggy driveway. My heart sank. Had I messed up some paperwork? Was the house in some kind of violation? "Can I help you, ma'ams?" I asked, wiping my muddy hands on my jeans, feeling the vast distance between my grubby clothes and their sharp blues. The woman in the lead, a colonel with kind eyes and silver streaks in her hair, offered a warm smile. "Mr. David Miller. I'm Colonel Eva Rostova. This is Major Sharma and Chief Master Sergeant O'Malley. We're with the Service Member and Family Support Branch. Mind if we come in for a moment?" Bewildered, I led them into my living room, which was a chaos of drop cloths, paint cans, and a single, worn-out sofa. Chloe peeked from around the hallway corner, her eyes wide. Colonel Rostova didn't seem to notice the mess. Her gaze was fixed on the mantelpiece, where my old army photo sat next to one of Sarah. "We're here," she began, her voice soft but firm, "because of an application that was filed on your behalf. For the Homefront Heroes renovation grant." I stared at her, completely lost. A grant? I never applied for anything. It was Major Sharma who spoke next, her smile gentle. "Your former First Sergeant, Mike Henderson, did. He nominated you. The application included a statement from your daughter's school counselor, talking about your situation, your service, and your wife's passing." The room seemed to tilt. Mike, my old, gruff first sergeant, who I hadn't spoken to in years. He'd tracked me down. He'd remembered. Chief O'Malley, a woman with a no-nonsense expression that couldn't hide the warmth in her eyes, opened her folder. "The grant isn't just financial, Mr. Miller. It's hands-on. We have a team of volunteers from the base, carpenters, electricians, plumbers, who are ready to get to work. This is a debt of honor. We take care of our own." And that's when the dam broke. I, a man who had held it together through firefights and funeral eulogies, sat on my dusty floor and wept. Chloe ran out and hugged me, and she was crying too, though I don't think she fully understood why. The following weeks were a whirlwind. My broken-down house became a hub of controlled chaos, but this time, it wasn't just my chaos. Trucks from the base arrived. Teams of men and women in fatigue swarmed the property. They weren't just fixing a house, they were healing a home. They replaced the roof in a single weekend. They rewired the entire structure. They installed a new heating system right before winter truly set in. But it was more than that. Colonel Rostova would often stop by, not to supervise, but to bring a casserole and sit with Chloe, helping her with her homework. Major Sharma, it turned out, was a whiz with a paint sprayer, and she let Chloe choose the colors for her room, a vibrant, sunny yellow. Chief O'Malley, the toughest of the three, spent a whole Saturday with me in the backyard, building a treehouse from the scrap lumber, her stories of her own family making me laugh for the first time in years. They didn't just give us a safe, beautiful house. They gave us a piece of our family back. They became aunts to Chloe, sisters to me. They reminded me that I wasn't alone, that the uniform, even one you've taken off, represents a bond that never truly breaks. The day the work was finished, they handed me the keys, a symbolic gesture, since the house was already mine. But it felt different. It felt earned in a new way, through the grace of others. Colonel Rostova looked at me, her eyes glistening. The army may have been your past, David, but this family, this home, is your future. Guard it well. So, why am I telling you this? Why share our deepest struggles and our most profound joy? Because I was just a janitor. A single dad who thought he was invisible. I want you to know that no matter how dark it gets, how impossible the situation seems, hope can arrive in the most unexpected ways. Sometimes, it marches right up your driveway in a uniform. Your breakthrough might be just one prayer, one application, one old friend away. This house is more than wood and nails now. It's a monument to the kindness of others. It's the sound of Chloe's laughter echoing in the halls. It's the memory of three incredible women who taught us that family isn't always the one you're born into, sometimes, it's the one that finds you. If this story reminded you that there is still good in the world, that miracles do happen, please let me know by liking this video. And if you want to follow along as we continue to build our new life here in this blessed home, please subscribe. We're just getting started, and we'd be honored to have you along for the journey. Thank you for watching. Thank you for